Here are psychological facts about women that you should know if you want to become the lover they desire. 93% of men do not know these facts and are rejected when they try to conquer a woman. Watch this video because, by knowing these facts about them, you will be part of the 7% of the most attractive men in the world. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like the video. You can help me continue spreading the Stoic philosophy. If you are not subscribed, I recommend you subscribe and activate the bell to avoid missing any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment with a number 1. If you don't, please comment with a number 2 to let me know so I can make better videos in the future. If you want to better reflect your Stoic spirit, you can get your own wallpapers from the link in the description. Let's begin. Psychological fact number 1. Women fall in love based on smell. A study found that if a woman likes a man's smell, her chances of falling in love with him increase by 85%. According to the Federal University of Rio de Janeiro, women have 50% more neurons in the olfactory bulb than men, making them more sensory lovers. That is why if you understand how to select the right fragrance, you will have a significant advantage in the game of seduction. Stay until the end of the video to find out which fragrances stimulate their senses the most. Psychological fact number 2. They are drawn to men who have their way. If you go too far with a woman at first, you will almost certainly face rejection. However, if you show respect and a little neediness for her, she will make herself available to you, develop trust with her, and feel free to touch her. It's always a matter of reading her body language and recognizing the signals or gestures she uses when she wants to be close to you. Psychological fact number 3. They feel something for you but don't tell you. If a woman interests you, it's essential to avoid being her friend from the moment you meet her. According to a study, 68% of women admitted to considering having a love affair with a guy if they had known they could get their way. That's why I suggest you make it clear from the beginning, not directly but by subcommunication, that you like her. If you want to know how, ask me in the comments. Psychological fact number 4. Women like womanizers. There's a phenomenon called pre-selection that reveals that women find men 3 times more attractive when they notice the interest of other women in them. This also happens when a man is surrounded by more women. So, I suggest you get some female friends and start going out with them and observe how other women look at you. These friends don't necessarily have to interest you, more than just for company and to create that pre-selection effect on you that will increase the interest of other women in you, making it easier for you to flirt with the woman you really like. Psychological fact number 5. If she teases you, she's interested in you. If a woman teases you and gives you nicknames, it's very likely that she's attracted to you and uses this playful way to build trust with you. Because when it comes to falling in love, women don't know how to act other than through body language and this kind of playful teasing. I suggest you help her achieve her goal if you're really interested in her by showing interest in her as well. One strategy you can use to take advantage of her game is to play along with her by telling her what she wants to hear. You can say something like, "I know you call me that because you like me. Do you think I have noticed the way you?" Psychological fact number 6. Women love men who understand their language. Women appreciate it when you notice the signals they emit through their body language, consciously or unconsciously, as not all men know how to read these signals or the language they use. Most to fall in love, women tend to be more shy than men. They're afraid to express their love for you first. They detest rejection and therefore avoid it at all costs. The idea of a man rejecting them doesn't even cross their minds. That's why they use their body language to tell you how they feel. If a woman makes a gesture to intentionally make you fall in love, she expects you to play along. And if she sees that you don't catch what she's trying to tell you with the signal, she simply stays silent and forgets about it. If you're interested in learning about these signals in women's body language, ask me in the comments. The next piece of information is a very interesting strategy that you can use. Psychological fact number 7, women are concerned about their appearance while engaging in intimate activities. Women are particular about the design and color of what they wear underneath their clothes, but they are most concerned with maintaining a good appearance when engaging in intimate activities. So, instead of remaining silent, compliment her on how nice her lingerie looks. You'll notice that by boosting her ego in this way, she'll be more likely to wear a much prettier and more eye-catching outfit for you, which will serve as motivation for her to see you again. Psychological fact number 8, women experience more sensations with a man who connects with them. When you understand the psychological complexity of the female mind, you can enhance her satisfaction when engaging in intimate activities. Because women are less physical than men and operate more with the mind and sensations, that's why I suggest you be less direct with women and be more subcommunication so that you can easily connect with them. Take your time with her before doing anything together. Ask her questions that prompt her to express herself emotionally, and this will make her feel that you understand her very well. Believe me, she will fall much more in love with you with the following piece of information. You must be very careful. I would appreciate it if you like the video. You can help me continue spreading the Stoic philosophy. If you are not subscribed, I recommend you subscribe and activate the bell to avoid missing any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment with a number 1. If you don't, please comment with a number 2 to let me know so I can make better videos in the future. Let's continue our topic. Psychological fact number 9, women love their friends more than their partners. Some women are capable of loving their best friend more than their boyfriend. It has been proven that women's friends have the ability to stimulate their emotions more because, when a woman leaves her partner at home to meet with a friend, her mind enters a more sensitive state. As she heads to that encounter with her friend, she has no prejudice, she knows he won't judge her and will support her emotionally. With their friend, they receive an emotional satisfaction that makes them confuse this feeling with love. So it's better to prevent your girl from having any trusted friend because there can be a betrayal at any moment, unless the friend has the wings of an angel. Psychological fact number 10, never forget that your reactions shape your destiny. We should not take our reactions lightly, as they will undoubtedly determine our success or failure. Epictetus was unequivocal about it. He taught us that we cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond to it. Misfortune can strike any of us, but it is what we do when it does that will determine our fate from that point forward. Divorce can mean entering a world of depression and victimization for some people. Epictetus, on the other hand, sees it as a golden opportunity to begin the path of self-led. Remember that what happens to you is not as important as what you do with it. Rule number 11, make alliances with winning people. It's curious how, when someone sneezes next to us, we immediately move away, invaded by the fear that they will infect us. However, we are not so cautious to avoid one of the most lethal contagions we are exposed to daily. Epictetus left us a wise piece of advice about this. Surround ourselves with people who make us want to give our best because people's behavior greatly influences our state of mind. There are people who drain our energy and ruin our day, while others leave us full of joy and vigor. Therefore, one of the smartest decisions we can make is to ally ourselves with those who bring good vibes into our lives while we say goodbye to those who have the ability to make us regret being born. Rule number 12, invest in simplicity. Why live frugally when we can surround ourselves with all manner of luxuries? Nowadays, the answer is much simpler and more logical than you think. Wealth does not sustain itself. It requires commitment and a great deal of daily energy to sustain this system of luxuries and wealth. In contrast, when we choose a simple lifestyle, we remove the stress of having to meet the due dates of bills, loans, and credit cards. Rule number 13, always do your duty. Each of us plays an important role in society, and the sun does not require praise or enchantments to rise each morning, but it happens every day, and that's the end of it. As a result, just as every part of nature does its job, we must fulfill our responsibilities. We fail both the environment to which we belong and ourselves if we wait for praise or recognition to do our work. If we know what our task is and are aware that others rely on it, it is our moral obligation to complete it without waiting for someone to remind us. Rule number 14, stop worrying about things over which you have no control. Your opinion is yours but not your reputation. You have the desire and zeal for the hunt, but you have no control over the amount of goods you have or your success. Worrying and becoming irritated about things we cannot control is simply a decision to waste time. According to Epictetus, we are called to cultivate those values over which we have control, but it is also our responsibility to let go of what is beyond our control and allow fate to take care of it. Rule number 15, do not hate those who hate you, instead, ignore them. You are much bigger and far more powerful than the person who criticizes, despises, and discriminates against you. So don't waste your time hating that person because they don't even deserve to be in your thoughts. We are encouraged not to be afraid of people who would harm us because the noise represents a regrettable attempt to harm us. So ignore it and develop immunity to it. Rule number 16, always extract the benefit from things. Whatever happens, it is up to you to take advantage of it or not. These were the words of Epictetus. As you can see, it is not about having the option to take the good out of adversity, but that doing so is our duty. As long as there is intelligence in you, there will be the ability to realize the advantages you can take from the situation that has struck you. Imagine that one day you arrive at work to find out you will be fired. Instead of despairing and accusing the universe of being against you, you have the option of venturing into that enterprise you dreamt of while fulfilling your work schedule alongside people you disliked. Therefore, always try to look for the positive in a situation, as this movement, added up throughout your life, will certainly take you further than just lamenting. Rule number 17, when you allow the comments and attitudes of others to bother you, you are handing over control of your life. Any person capable of making you angry becomes your master. However, that person can only make you angry when you allow yourself to be disturbed by them. Epictetus makes us understand that there are many keys within us, and some lead us to happiness while others lead us directly to emotional ruin. It is precisely this last key that we hand over to those who make us angry. The solution to this problem is to put up a barrier that prevents us from being affected by the attitudes of others, because each one is the owner of what they say and also of what they decide to listen to. Rule number 18, friendship is more important than wealth. Genuine friends are true wealth because they will be there to support us if our material fortune fades. As a result, if you devote yourself to cultivating genuine friendships, you will be making a very profitable long-term investment in addition to being incredibly useful for everyday life. Stoic principles are teachings that can help us navigate bad times with interest and resilience, as there is no place in their philosophy for fantasizing, but only for applying what is learned and moving forward. I hope you liked the video, and since you've made it to the end, leave a like and a comment. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. See you soon.